Okay, and then we back again with the intermediate English speaking for the lecture season 4. Yeah, and then for this opportunity, I will give you some instructions about how to speak in English by the intermediate level. Well, for today, we have the topics about asking about problems. And from this topic, you will be asked to listen to conversations and then explain the problem as well as the solution that are proposed. Yeah. So I think you are given a conversation first, and then after you listen to the conversations, you may explain about the problems from the conversation, because in the conversation I have two peoples, yeah, that speaking interactive, yeah. Then the first speaker telling about her problem, and then the second speaker try to suggest any kinds of the solution about the problem from the first speaker. Okay, what to do about this speaking performance? Yeah, after you have listened to the conversations, yeah, the first thing you should do is summarize the problem discussed in the conversations, yeah, and then after that explain why you think that one solution is better than the other one, yeah. And then from the conversation you may listen about this is the solution for the problem, and then you try to give or to take notes about the solution, what things that you may give to the to the speaker, especially, yeah, facing about the problem. Okay, yes. And then now I give you the model. The first thing I give you a model here is like usual. This is the conversation model, yeah. The topics about women's budgeting problem and its solution, yeah. So here prompt by the question like this, yeah. Describe the woman's budgeting problems and the two suggestions that the man makes, yeah. So what do you think that the woman should do and why? Yeah. So here the conversation about the woman's budgeting problem, especially budgeting in study. Yeah. And then there are two suggestions that the other speaker or the man makes for the woman. And then what do you think the woman should do and why? Yeah. So this is a kind of model, not this topic that you want to give on our conversation or on our talk or the performance for speaking today, but this is I give you the model first, yeah. So after this you can you can imitate and then how to give a solution for the problem exist. Well, here this is integrated speaking with listening skill. Here you will listen the conversation between a woman and a man, yeah. The woman told her problems, then the man offered two suggestions for a solution. Okay, listen it.
Conversation.
Did your scholarship check come yet?
Yeah, it came last week. Didn't yours?
No, that's a problem. And everything's due at the same time. Tuition, my dorm fee, and let's not forget about books. I need about $400 just for books.
Well, do you have any money left from last semester? In your checking account, I mean?
Some, but not nearly enough. The check probably won't be here until the end of the month, and I won't get paid at work for 2 more weeks. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
How about your credit card? Could you use that?
Maybe, but I'm afraid I'll get the credit card bill before I get the scholarship check, and then I'll be in worse trouble because of, the interest rate for the credit card on top of everything else.
I see your point. Still, the check might come before the credit card bill. You might have to gamble, unless...
I'm listening.
Well, unless you take out a student loan, a short-term loan. They have them set up at the student credit union. Isn't that where you have your checking account?
Mm-hmm.
So you could take out a short-term loan and pay it off on the day that you get your check. It wouldn't cost that much for interest because it would probably be only a few weeks. That's what I'd do.
Example question.
Describe the woman's budgeting problem and the two suggestions that the man makes. What do you think the woman should do and why?
Okay, that's it, yeah. So from the conversation, there is a woman problems about the budgeting for her study. I think everyone can experience about this because when we go study we have budgeting problems such as we have not enough money to pay our tuition fee, something like that, because and then etc and etc. However, here a man offer two suggestions for a solution of the budgeting problems. So the solution can be can be suggested by a man. Then you try to to report about what the suggestion can make for the woman based on the conversation. Okay, let's see here what to do after listening about the ideal. You must take notes first as usual. When you listen a kinds of the audio conversation, you should write down what things that the important thing I want to have from the from the voice, from the conversation. The first thing you should find out what the woman's problem here, and then what the man's suggestion for a solution, and what's your opinion based on the man's solution offer. So we can have three kinds of notes here from the conversation, because the three things here is a really important to to describe the situation about the conversation from a man and a woman. And then here I give you the audio cut one here. This is about the problems that the women have. The first thing, the woman has not enough money, and then the woman got the scholarship check late, and then also the woman pay book, tuition fee, dorm due to at the same time. So when the woman has not enough money to pay book, tuition fee, to pay dorm due to at the same time, so the woman has got the problem from the budgeting for her study. This is because of the scholarship check late she received from her account. Okay, let's take a look here. Once again,
Did your scholarship check come yet?
Yeah, it came last week. Didn't yours?
No, that's a problem. And everything's due at the same time. Tuition, my dorm fee, and let's not forget about books. I need about $400 just for books.
Well, do you have any money left from last semester? In your checking account, I mean?
Some, but not nearly enough. The check probably won't be here until the end of the month, and I won't get paid at work for 2 more weeks. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
okay, that's the woman problems. And then I give you once again. This is the audio cut from the the previous audio. I cut this the section of the woman's problem. Once again, I give for you.
Did your scholarship check come yet?
Yeah, it came last week. Didn't yours?
No, that's a problem. And everything's due at the same time. Tuition, my dorm fee, and let's not forget about books. I need about $400 just for books.
Well, do you have any money left from last semester? In your checking account, I mean?
Some, but not nearly enough. The check probably won't be here until the end of the month, and I won't get paid at work for 2 more weeks. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, that's the woman problems. And then I also have the audio cut for the second one. This is the main suggestion for a solution about the woman's problems. And then the main suggestion can can suggest kind like this: use a credit card, the check may come before the credit card bill, and then take out student loan. Instead of using the credit card, the woman can takes out the student loan, such as not much, because the student loan not much interest cost, and then also the loan it's only few days before your checks arrives. So this is a kind of the suggestion from the men's for the solution of the woman's problem. Okay, take a look here, try to listen it.
How about your credit card? Could you use that?
Maybe, but I'm afraid I'll get the credit card bill before I get the scholarship check, and then I'll be in worse trouble because of the interest rate for the credit card on top of everything else.
I see your point. Still, the check might come before the credit card bill. You might have to gamble, unless...
I'm listening.
Well, unless you take out a student loan, a short-term loan. They have them set up at the student credit union. Isn't that where you have your checking account?
Mm-hmm.
So you could take out a short-term loan and pay it off on the day that you get your check. It wouldn't cost that much for interest because it would probably be only a few weeks. That's what I'd do.
Okay, that's the main suggestion. Okay, I give you once again. Please listen.
How
it
about your
carefully.
credit card? Could you use that?
Maybe, but I'm afraid I'll get the credit card bill before I get the scholarship check, and then I'll be in worse trouble because of, the interest rate for the credit card on top of everything else.
I see your point. Still, the check might come before the credit card bill. You might have to gamble, unless...
I'm listening.
Well, unless you take out a student loan, a short-term loan. They have them set up at the student credit union. Isn't that where you have your checking account?
Mm-hmm.
So you could take out a short-term loan and pay it off on the day that you get your check. It wouldn't cost that much for interest because it would probably be only a few weeks. That's what I'd do.
Okay, that's the conversation between a man and woman. A woman, express about her problems in the budgeting problem, especially about the study, about the tuition fee, and then about that is everything about money. And then the men give a suggestion for the solution, and then after the audio you heard, you may give a kind of this is a kind of the solution from the man, and then this is the problem spawn from the woman. Okay, now you can state your opinion based on the two audio cuts, or the based on the previous audio, from the two suggestions offered by the man. Your support is to take out student loan because it is the most logic to do by the woman in a short time. After we heard the conversation from the man and then the woman, so the man can give any kinds of the solution for the woman, such as the most logic solutions to do by the woman in a very short time. The reason is because from the student loan, the man can give any kinds of suggestion or recommendation because the student loan is less interest, has the less interest to cost in the short time, and then also the student loan can be paid back when the scholarship check arrives. That's the reason why the man give the suggestion, the best suggestion, or the most logic suggestion for the woman's budgeting problem. Well, here let's see how we summarize woman's problem and men's suggestion from the talk as the following voice. Like this, the talking that you want to perform, after we change our topic after this. This is the most logic performing talk from anyone's when they heard or when they listen about the speaking from the men and then the women's about the woman's problem budgeting. Here is the example of speaking performance based on women's problem and men's suggestion, then the opinion support to take the student loans. Okay, let's take a look here. We may listen it.
Example answer.
The woman doesn't have enough money for her expenses. She has to pay tuition and her dorm fees due at the same time. Besides that, she needs to buy books. So the problem's everything has to be paid now, and she won't get her scholarship check till the end of the month. And she won't get her paycheck for 2 weeks. The man suggests that she use her credit card because she won't have to pay it off until the end of the month. But the problem is, the interest would be substantial if the scholarship check's delayed. The other idea, to take out a student loan, that seems better because the loan could be paid off on the day the check arrives instead of a fixed date, and it wouldn't cost much to get a short-term loan at the student credit union. So, I support applying for a student loan.
Okay, I support for the student loan. That is the solution for the woman's budgeting problem. This is the example of how you made for the speaking performance for today's topic. So after you listen the problem, and then after you listen the solution given for anyone's problems, and then you try to summarize, and then you try to take notes from the from the speaking or from the conversation, and then after that you perform your speaking, or you perform your talk, about what you hear, what you listen from the situation of the problems made on the voice or on the on the speaking performance from the two people. That's the way how to perform your talk for today. And then we try to change the topic. Our topic today is not about the woman budgeting problem, but we have a different topics. So you should do the same way with our topic today. Our topic today about the headaches. Headaches also a problem, yeah, for us. So there is a conversation between a student and her friend, yeah, from this topic. And then also you try to describe the woman's problem, and then the two suggestions that her friend makes about how to handle it, the problem. Then what do you think the woman should do and why? It is you got from the voice of the conversation that I'll give you from the audio. So for our topic today in this season, yeah, please click on the podcast given as usual, yeah, because I have the the voice performing talk in the Google Classroom, and then you are asked to listen a prompt on the conversation given on the podcast on the Google Classroom, and you don't have any speaking model this time because you have been already given the example before as we heard or we listened before from the example of conversations, and then you take notes, yeah. So don't forget to take notes, yeah, and prepare your speaking in natural, yeah, not by reading the text, yeah, because I don't like people just write down what they want to talk, and then after that they try to read the text. Yeah. That is not the natural speaking, yeah, because I regarded the people who speak even if they speak slowly but accurately in grammar. That's this is very kinds of a natural stock performance. Well, perform your speaking then, and you will be assigned by the name in random about 7 students, then a bonus for 5 students if they want to perform. Yeah, as usual, I invite 7 students on the WhatsApp platform. Then after that, yeah, you may decide yourself, yeah, for 5 students if you want to perform that is for the bonus for you. Then you launch your speaking voice based on the topic given on the podcast by clicking a voice note button on WhatsApp screen. This is recording voice is not allowed. It means that you should speak up by click the button lively, not by recording. Okay, and then for you remember the topic that you want to talk and that you want to perform for your talking for today. I have already given on the podcast of the Google Classroom. So prepare yourself now for a speaking, and then soon you will find your name on WhatsApp group for whom will be performing on speaking class today. Then prepare yourself, yeah. So thank you very much and see you. Stay healthy and bye bye.